live improvisation. And which means I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I kind of made this promise to myself to do another live improv, even if and especially if I don't feel like this. And today is this day where it started off nice, kind of. I actually, when I wake up, I usually feel shit. But then I do my morning routine and this and that, and then I feel better. And then somehow, I don't know really what happened, but then I felt shit again. And well, I mean, I'm in a flare up at the moment with my chronic health stuff. That's what that feels like, by the way, you know, like you're looking fine on the outside, but inside it's going like this. And then you go on social media, which is such a bad idea, and you kind of scrolling through these posts, and you seeing even more of these unsettling things, you know, and that goes through the roof. It's like when I was driving back from Villa do Bispo, it's like you have an ambulance behind you, you know, and you didn't see it, but you hear the sound all of a sudden. And it's this, also this, like I get really very sensitive to sounds in that state, and it's kind of this hyper vigilance, you know. Oh, there was something. And the mind goes into all these catastrophizing, like everything, every little single thing will go down into the drains. We are all basically fucked. And I'm totally fucked anyway. And then I have to go to the doctor tomorrow to see what my blood tests are saying, and I don't know. I just would like to, and then we have this building site noise. They're building everywhere here. It's total craziness here in Portugal, I'm saying. And the crazy thing is they're building, and then the buildings are standing empty. I don't know who's profiting from it, but definitely not many people. There's so many empty houses here, and still they're building. Let's build some more. Let's make some more money. Yes, of course we need money, right? I don't know. At the moment, I just feel like everything, it's not just me and what I'm going through, but everything is in a complete state of chaos. It's such a chaos thing, and then you still trying and just crazy, and then you're still trying to be this rooted, calm person, like but yeah, not so easy at the moment. And I recently had this feeling I want to just, but maybe if I was there again, it wouldn't be so much fun either, but I just felt like I would love to be beamed back to the 80s for a little bit, you know, where you didn't have to worry about mobile phones, and if you were kind of had an arrangement with your friend and you said we're gonna meet outside this cathedral. I used to live in Nuremberg, and I used to do everything with the bike. And I had one friend who was notoriously too late, and that obviously was pre-mobile phone. And I was notoriously on time, and if so, maybe a little bit too early. So I would be there, and so do I really want to be beamed back to that? I don't know, but I would just be waiting for half an hour, and then she would come back and say, oh, you know, I still had to have a shower. She had always these very absurd excuses. But that's what it was. So you sometimes you missed each other. I saw often, because then at some point I was fed up with waiting, so I would just drive back home again. And this, of course, you don't have nowadays. And there were things in the 80s that were like, the whole Chernobyl thing was a total shit. And I remember us in Germany, we were afraid to eat fresh salad, for example, and many things. It was very bizarre. I remember also we were on a class trip, and we were going on a hike, and it started to rain, and you were also not supposed to be outside with the rain. And so that was a big thing. So there were things going on in the 80s. There were things that it's easy to forget. It's so easy to be nostalgic, isn't it? Or the whole Cold War thing, that whole fear thing. But the fear thing feels very kind of like this fear of you don't know what's going to happen in general in the world. That's kind of maybe similar to what I felt a little bit in the 80s. So why do I want to go back into the 80s? Because we had some cool music. I don't know. I think I just kind of would, and I find that really difficult, would need to put that, all the technology, like as if I was at least for 3 days, at least in the 80s, no technology, and just put it all to the side. But I so far have not been able to do this. Maybe for a few hours. I managed for a few hours. And yes, I managed with the computer because I spilled something on it and I had to dry it off for a few days. But I don't know, it just part of me wants to go into, what time is that? A time where things were more uncomplicated. I don't know. I remember so in the 80s, me and my mom, we drove for the first time, I was 13, to Portugal. And it was an old VW bus, the ones with a round front. And we had the maps from we call it ADAC in Germany, in English it's AA. And we had the maps, so I had to read all the maps that we wouldn't get lost. We broke down several times. I think in Paris, we got robbed, and we had these, probably nobody knows anymore what that is, the traveler's checks. And we were stuck in Paris for, 3 days, went to the police station, had to get the bank to transfer some money, which was also complicated, so that we could keep on driving, and we had, and our car, because it was so old, it kept on breaking down. And I was writing a journal at the time, and it was always the same thing. We're sitting by the road, me and my mom, and we are discussing what to do next, and of course, these kind of adventures, you can't have them anymore. I'm not sure whether I want to have them again, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to miss it. I wouldn't want to miss those adventures, and also being able to see what Portugal was like in the 80s. That is also completely different to what it is now. In the 80s, still, all the menus were in Portuguese. There were you had to somehow stumble through and make signs with your hands when you were meeting a shepherd and stuff. We were, parking our VW bus at places, and we had lovely encounters. And we didn't speak Portuguese at that time, but it was a very, and there were a different kind of hippies there than there are now. So it was just different times. And so I don't know. I just somehow have the feeling I don't want to be here right now. I would like to be somewhere else. Would I really want to be in the 80s again? Maybe just being a time traveler. I don't know, did you ever read The Time Traveler's Wife? I love that book. I have not seen the movie, but the book was brilliant. But then I don't like this idea to just wake up in a different time and you don't have any control over that. I don't like that idea either. So no, that can't. We don't want to do that. But it would be lovely if I had control over it and I could just say, can I just travel for 10 minutes to this time, and then I would travel back to when I did my training in the School of Physical Theatre in London when I was 30. Just like dip in the toe. I don't need to stay there, but just dip in and dip out just for a few minutes. Or maybe just like see my younger self, and I don't know, would I talk to them or would I be invisible? But yeah, there's this film, The Kid, with Bruce Willis that I really loved, where his younger kid self is visiting him. So that would be somehow also fun, wouldn't it? Or maybe could I get a visit from my future self telling me, Anja, it's all going to be fine. I don't know. Oh, there's some exciting, lovely things awaiting you. That would be nice. So here we go. Yeah. Just be me somewhere else, just for a little while, and then I can come back here for a little bit. Okay, that was a lot. Sorry that I didn't react to your comments, because when I'm improvising, I'm just, I'm just improvising. Yes, Anja, it's all going to be fine. Thanks, Joanne. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.